Welcome back to Grilling with Rubes. Join me in my series experimenting with steak. We're putting steak to the ultimate test with unconventional wild methods, unexpected seasonings to downright insane ideas. This is steak like you've never seen before. Today I'm going to grill a steak and top it with pimento cheese for a smoky, flavorful crust. It's bold, it's experimental, but will it work? Let's find out. Stick around. I know you're going to love it. So let's get grilling. So here I have our two choice ribeyes, and I tried to select some ribeyes that had about the same marbling on it. They're close to an inch thick, a little over a pound. So one's going to be our regular steak, and then this one's going to be our experiment steak. So we're going to start out with a little dab of avocado oil on both steaks. Not too much, just rub that in. Get the sides also, and then we're going to put some kosher salt on both steaks. Good amount. Don't be afraid to use a lot of salt. This is definitely a thick cut of steak, and then some black pepper, granulated garlic. You don't have to put too much of the granulated garlic on the experiment steak because the pimento cheese has garlic in it. Flip everything over, same thing on the other side. And these steaks have been resting out for about 30 minutes at room temperature. And then don't forget the sides also. While we're waiting for our charcoal to be done, and in the meantime we're going to go ahead and make our pimento cheese. So first in, I'm going to add our shredded sharp cheddar cheese. Got about a cup, and then a quarter cup of diced drained pimentos, and then a quarter cup of softened cream cheese, and a tablespoon of mayonnaise, and then a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, a quarter teaspoon of smoked paprika, a quarter teaspoon of granulated garlic, and then if you want a little spicy, either cayenne pepper or I like Frank's RedHot sauce, and then give our ingredients a good mix. All right, so there we go. We got that pretty thick, staying on the spoon. And I recommend that you put the pimento cheese in the refrigerator for about 10 or 15 minutes to harden it up. But today I'm going to keep it outside. It's pretty cold out here in Florida. All right, so the flames are up near the top. I'm going to go ahead and pour the charcoal into the grill, and only into one half, because we're going to utilize two-zone grilling, the direct side and the cool side. And next up, I'm going to put the grill grate on, and I like to use this Grill Master spray from Crisco so our steaks don't stick. And then we'll close up the grill, let it get nice and hot for about 5 minutes here. All right, so let's get our lid open. All right, our regular steak, and then our experiment steak. I'm going to turn it. I keep watching the steaks so that they don't burn on one side, because ribeyes do have a lot of fat content. So we're going to flip these pretty regularly. So develop a nice crust on these. Just continue to flip them. That is the key to a great crust, and that's what we're looking for. If they start to flare up too much, you just take them over on the indirect side for a little bit until the flames start to die down, and then we can put them back on. So don't leave them alone, because they're definitely going to burn. Continue to flip it. Just going to let those rest over on the indirect side a little bit. Right in here, I'm just going to check to see where we're at on temperatures. I'm going to flash up on the screen some of the temperatures that I go by. 105. So we're going to get those back on the direct side and then continue to develop that crust. Awesome. Oh, that's looking fantastic right there. Wow. 125 here. That's great. All right, and so we're going to go ahead and take off our regular steak and then get some of our pimento cheese on there. So just a good amount. And of course, that's going to fall off into the grill, no doubt. Don't be afraid to spread on a nice thick layer. That's what we're looking for. And then of course here I'm on the indirect side. And then we're going to cover up our grill. We're going to let that cook just a few minutes there. All right, so it's that time, my favorite time. Let's go ahead and slice into our steaks. All right, and here's our regular steak. Nice and juicy. Let's give it a try. Wow, gotta let the steaks rest. Every day, any day. Love that. We developed a great crust on that. For those who prefer a steak seasoned with salt, pepper, garlic, that's fine. The whole purpose of this series is just to test out the different flavors, seasonings, any additional toppings that may enhance the flavor of the steak. So let's go ahead and go in now to our experiment steak. You can see our cheese on there. It's got a nice crust on it. Going in. Well, right away hit with that fantastic pimento. There's that creaminess again, really outstanding with those flavors together. Now in our last experiment, did the whiskey cheese balls inside the steak. That added additional moisture into the steak. Well, this over top, still a great steak. It just made it better. Love that cheese recipe. Love that flavor combination with the cheese and the pimento and just crusting on at the end. It's got a perfect melt to it. Definitely give it a try and you will absolutely enjoy it. One more bite. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Stay tuned for my last video in this series where I transform ordinary ketchup into a delicious sauce to top a grilled steak. If you're enjoying my content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, watch for my upcoming videos. And if there's anything that you'd like me to make, please post it in the comments below. See you next time.